and welcome back, or welcome to my channel. For tonight's video, we have a special angle because I'm going to be doing some tattoo tracing, brushing, and just some visual triggers, while I also describe kind of a little bit of the story and background behind my tattoos. They don't all have a crazy, awesome, significant meaning by any chance, but there's stories attached to all of them, kind of. But before we get into that, I wanted to thank the sponsor, FlexiSpot. I have actually worked with FlexiSpot in the past, and they sent me a desk several months ago, and it's absolutely incredible. It's a standing desk, a sit-to-stand desk, and right now they're having their Black Friday sale. You can use my code FlexiSpot30 to get an extra $30 off on their E7 Pro standing desk and C7 ergonomic chair. The sale goes through tomorrow, November 27th, so make sure to check them out. Whenever I was looking at their website earlier, I saw they have the E7 premium standing desk, and they also sell accessories such as cable management and other things like that that are super helpful and useful, especially if you're like me and you have all of these wires and cords under your desk. I'm definitely going to be picking me up one of the cable managers. But thank you again to FlexiSpot for sponsoring today's video. You can use all my link, and I'll leave the code down below so you guys can make sure to check that out. Thank you, and let's go ahead and get right into the video. So I want to start off with just this plain pointer. This is just for eye chart, actually, but I figured it'd be perfect for some tracing. So let's start. I guess we should start in order. That'd be a little bit easier, so I'll start up here. Let me move the camera. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit louder just because the mics are kind of far away, but this first tattoo that I got is of a basketball here. And yes, it's a basketball. Basketball itself was super important to me and kind of helped frame me into the person I am today, for lack of better ways to phrase it. But I learned a lot of things from it, and I actually really wanted to take on basketball as a career at one point. But I kind of got burnt out on it by the time I got to college. And then I realized that it wasn't quite for me, and I still love it, and I still miss playing, but, I don't know. It became so a thing that had just so much stress and like anxiety attached to it that it just became hard to enjoy it anymore. And I actually stopped playing for probably a year, maybe even two, after I quit. I cold turkey never touched a basketball again because I just had sort of resentment towards it, just because I don't know, I got burnt out by it. But I kind of started playing again a couple years ago and absolutely love it. I played club basketball with Mizzou, and that was a lot of fun. So I definitely want to get back into it once I'm done with grad school. I'll probably join an adult league or something like that. I know I'm not doing a very good job of tracing for this one, but it's kind of hard. But there is also a verse, a Bible verse on here that's Romans 8:18. I grew up in a very religious family, and I think some these quotes are very, not quotes, what are they, verses, I guess, yeah, are very empowering and beautiful. Romans 8:18 is, what you suffer now is nothing compared to the glory that will be revealed to you later. And in my mind, that was, man, I'm not a very happy person right now. I want more out of life, and I want to be happier. And I know I'm young, so, hopefully it gets better. That's kind of how I took that. The background, I actually got this tattoo. The clouds. I got this tattoo when I was 18. I got it the day I turned 18, actually. And somehow, in my small class of, I think it was 12 at that time. I graduated with 10, but I think it was 12. Whenever I was 18, my friend and I actually got a tattoo together because she was born the exact same day. She was actually born in the exact same hospital. So we kind of celebrated our birthdays ever since I met her in 8th grade. We had our Sweet 16 together. We had our 18th birthday together, and I think we even might have done something for our 21st together. But we got one. She got a really big one too. This is like I said, my first tattoo. And I remember that the artist, he was like, kudos to you for getting a big tattoo on your first one. Most people would just get like a small one. So I thought that was kind of cool. Yeah. Let's move on to another tattoo that's a little bit easier to trace. The second one that I got was this rose. Yeah, we're getting the hard ones, the awkward ones out of the way. So, this rose I actually got with my sister. I went home when I was 19 for, I think, Christmas break, and we were bored, so we drove to Jeff. I don't know why I said that. We drove to, you guys, I have no idea where that's at, but we drove to the bigger town that's like an hour away from us to just spend the day. And we talked each other into going to a tattoo shop and seeing if we liked anything. And then she got a song lyric that she really loved on the exact same spot. And then I got this one here, which is just a rose. There's no significant meaning behind it. I just got this because I knew that I wanted to fill my entire arm at some point. I have yet to complete that, but I figured that I could get a rose there because it's a good filler, for one thing. And it's something that if I add to it, it's pretty easy to work with and work around. But now let's move on to the newer ones that are some of my favorites. And for this, I want to use this lightsaber pointer because I think it's really pretty. Let me lower this camera again. Okay, so this tattoo here is probably my favorite. And wow, was it painful? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So inside, these are the hands. This is a pocket watch. I love pocket watches. I don't know why. Something about them, and it's very formal. I don't know. I love that style. But the hands are pointing at 8 and 1 for my birthday. And then there's all these little gears inside. I don't know if you can see it, but it's very, very detailed gears. And the shading is really impressive. You can see like the shining as well, like the shimmering of the silver or gold. And the little chain. So this tattoo, I got the pocket watch in Florida, actually. It was on senior trip. So I guess I kind of went out of order. The pocket watch was the second tattoo that I got. The rose was the third. I got that one when I was 19. But the pocket watch I got in Florida for senior trip. So it was the end of my high school. I turned 18 a couple weeks right before my senior year. And senior trip is a couple weeks at the end of senior year. But I actually convinced 2 of my other friends to get a tattoo. I had to pay for one of theirs, but it's fine. I wanted them to do it with me just because, I don't know, it made me feel better, and I didn't want to just sit in a tattoo shop by myself for hours. But this tattoo took 4.5 hours, and he took like 10 to 15, like 3 15-minute breaks. And when you get a tattoo and the needles are digging into you and they take that long of breaks, your tattoo kind of like heals. And so it was so painful. That was the most painful. And that location, I don't know, it hurt a ton for me, but I love it. And I still got more tattoos in the exact same spot, so it couldn't have scared me off that bad. But I love this tattoo, and it's probably my favorite. And it leads us to our next tattoo, which are these roses. And I'm gonna grab a brush and just brush this tattoo because it is very, very big. So we're just gonna brush over the roses. I hope that's okay. So these roses, as I said, I think roses are perfect filler, which is why I got this back one. And this artist was so incredible. I would have had her do all of my tattoos and any others that I have, but she moved to Maine, which is probably like 20 hours away from here. So that didn't happen. But really, the only stories that I have with this is that I really wanted to fill my arm, at least the front of my arm. And she did such a good job to blend it into this tattoo. And the roses were not like, she added these leaves here around the pocket watch to integrate it into the tattoo, and it's so well done. That's what I get complimented on the most, is this forearm piece. And this is actually the last tattoo I've gotten, and I have yet to go back and get another one, just because I haven't had the time, or the idea, or the inspiration. And then the last tattoo I have is just an anchor here. And I don't want to stretch the shirt out, but this anchor, I got it when I was 21, actually. I also got this for my 21st birthday. one of my friends, I visited them, and he also got a tattoo, and he bought me a tattoo for my birthday. And I've always wanted this arm. If I ever fill it, I've always wanted it to be nautical themed, which is like ocean and that type of thing. I don't know if I'm going to end up filling my arm. I don't know if I'm going to get more tattoos. I don't know what's going to happen, but I love the tattoos that I have, and I love the stories behind them. And they all have really important memories for me, and a lot of them are with other people and friends that I've had in my life, which makes them even more special. I've been really considering getting a thigh tattoo. I've really been wanting to get a thigh tattoo. I used to not want a single tattoo outside of my chest and my arms. I just wanted it though in those locations, but I think if I get another tattoo, the thigh is where it's gonna be. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I've had several requests actually to do something similar to this and to go into a little bit of detail and kind of show off my tattoos. So I hope that this was sufficient for that, and that the rest of you got some tingles and enjoyed this video as well. Again, thank you to FlexiSpot for sponsoring today's video. Make sure to check them out while they're doing their Black Friday sale. And again, all of the information and the code will be in the description below. Good night, everyone.